update. Broadcast update successful. Okay, good. Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. Alright. Okay. What's the highest quality? Yeah, okay, 720. That's fine. Do you want me to just skip through picks and bans?
If you want.
Okay, hold on, let me just... What the fuck are these bans? Wait, this is 4.12? 4.11?
Oh, yeah.
Which one?
It's 4.11. I thought it was 12.
No, it's fine. I mean, yeah, it's fine, but I don't understand the Kale.
Oh.
I don't understand the Kale, the Rise, or the Fiora.
Yeah, the Fiora is kind of weird. She's been being played a lot for some reason. I don't really understand why.
I don't either. Okay. The Jarvan pick's good here. I want you to explain to me why, though. Just so you know.
When we were first when I first got the video, I had all of it thought out. I picked him for a very specific reason, but I don't remember why.
Okay.
I think I mainly picked it because he chose Xerath.
Okay.
And I assumed he was support.
Xerath support?
Yeah, he did end up supporting. It was kind of weird.
Okay. I would assume it would have been... Okay. Okay, but why would you pick that against Xerath support? Like, there's way more reasoning that I'm looking for right now, but you're not saying it.
That's really the main reason I did it. And because he has such shitty mobility, like J4 would have made for easy ganks on him. Same for Victor, kind of.
Okay.
What was the reasoning you were looking for?
Well, the reason I'm looking for is because they have a top and a mid revealed, both of which do not have very good escapes, but both of which are prone to cooldowns. So when a champion's prone to cooldowns, they're very easy to get their flash out of them, right? So if they have anything that's stationary, or they have a window of vulnerability, where one of their cooldowns is reliant on their escape, for example, Twisted Fate's gold card is technically his escape against a 2v1 gank, or what's another example? Ari, her charm is technically her escape if she doesn't have level 6. You know, Xerath, when he's locked in place, he needs his, his stun, or he needs, like, his speed, like, whatever, in order to get away. So Jarvan can be picked against champions that are stationary or reactionary based on cooldowns. On top of that, you had Orianna first pick, so creating an opportunistic position for her to put a ball onto you, and then you can create, like, a giant shockwave. That works out extremely well, especially because of the radius of Victor's ultimate synergizes, like, against Orianna and against Jarvan, but then it can also counter synergize, so there's other things to factor in. You pick an AD jungler, so it doesn't really give up too much, okay? Now, the one disadvantage to picking Jarvan early, however, against all this, is that their jungler isn't picked, and Jarvan does have counter-pick junglers, but that's not really relevant to solo queue, and never do that for solo queue. Unless it's like someone that's super hyper vulnerable to counter jungling, like a Mumu or something. Like you can counter pick a Mumu, obviously. But it provides utility for your teammates, because it allows your AD carry to pick a less safe AD carry. The AD carry doesn't necessarily have to be safe, because Jarvan has multiple ways to protect inside of the teamfight. And Cataclysm can be used in multiple ways. It can be used as an engage and a disengage. Combine that with Orianna's ultimate and Thresh's ultimate, and it creates a very big, I guess, diameter
Yeah.
for CC and stuff. So yeah. Okay. All right. So, anyways, let's just go into the game.
Yeah. It was in full screen until I got into the game, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Or
is this a Smurf? Because there's so many platinum borders.
No.
Okay.
No. Most people actually have plat borders. Like, usually more than half of the teams.
Okay.
Or half of the team does. You might want to skip. I think the game starts at like 8 minutes.
Oh wow.
Loading
Okay.
took forever.
Okay. Okay. Nice. You alt-tabbed. I assume to read the cooldowns, or maybe I guess maybe you don't know the news are off.
Yeah, I forgot what he did.
Okay. Okay.
Everything I have in the descriptions doesn't start until like 20-ish minutes in.
Okay.
So
Let me just take a look at it.
it's not that much.
Should I have gone earlier? 7:15, 18. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to start red. Time to cheese. I want to gank bot early. Should never think like that. Don't ever make, unless you're with a duo queue, I would never ever suggest stating what you want to do, because it's too up to chance. Like, are you still gonna go bot if mid blows both their summoners at 2 minutes 20 seconds, or if top gets chunked to 50 HP and doesn't have summoners? No, the answer is no. And then also you don't want bot to play a certain way, and then the enemy bot lane just doesn't respond to it or reciprocate properly, and then you're left fucked because you made a proactive decision that is based off other variables that you have no control over. So
Yeah,
just don't do
makes
that.
sense. Okay.
If you're with the duo queue, okay, that's different, because then your duo, there's other ways to forcefully manipulate it, whereas you're trusting random strangers to do something, like,
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Requesting that they go to lane a little bit late, that's fine, however. That can be a deception on blue.
Yeah. Even in Diamond, a lot of people just run straight into lane.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Kind of sad.
Okay. Should always just pop a potion if you fall 150 HP below.
Okay. I think I popped 2 here, or did I just do 1? Yeah, I just did 1.
Okay. That's fine. Smite. Okay. And then, like, see, like, this... Even if there's opportunity, it's like... I don't even see a gank here.
Yeah.
This is like what I meant by, like, it's too fucking forceful. Like, look at, okay, so first off, you're asking Corky, okay, to give up on this. You're asking him to give up, all these minions. On top of that, like, okay, so you're coming in from, up here, right? You're not even in vision yet for your EQ, and your EQ is like, you're gonna step forward, it's gonna be like that. Now say that you walk here, like you close the gap here. Lucian can easily just go against your line, so you have no way to, connect, like point A to point B. Now say Lucian is standing here, okay? And you go down here, and Lucian goes down here. If you keep straight, eventually you'll connect, You know, somewhere down in the brush. Like, there's no way for him to escape from you. But the line that you're coming in from right now, there's no way to get a real, like, gank off. This is so forced. And because you fail this, if the enemy jungler elects to go mid, or the enemy jungler now realizes that you're doing this, okay? And let's say that the enemy jungler is that he went, like, blue to wolves to red, and now he's eating wraiths, okay? He can just go like this into your wraiths. He can eat that. He can counter jungle it. He can go to your golems, counter jungle it, and now your recall is completely fucked. Because if you recall off this, failed gank, okay? And you go back to base, you get like a spirit stone or you get boots or something, okay? And you come down, right? You don't want to go to your right side jungle. You just simply don't want to go to it right now, because then it doesn't do anything for you. There's not going to be any gank opportunity at bottom immediately after another recall. You're not Evelyn or something. You know, you're not someone that can forcefully close gaps without the other the enemy's lack of knowledge. You're not like Lee Sin, Evelyn. I mean, you do have right, but that's like whatever. You don't have ultimate or anything. So, with that being said, Thresh has to land a hook, and if they walk past all these minions, it doesn't really do anything, okay? Because all that's going to really happen is Lucian's going to lose 1 CS, right? But then lane advantage is going to go back over to Lucian and Karma. And you can fail the gank, like, okay, like Lucian can get here. Now you also don't even know if he opened E or W, and if he's not utter trash, he still doesn't even have it selected, because there's no opportunity for W to even be useful yet. So if he opens E, this is even, you know, more of a mistake. And then if you just go over to golems, they know that you're going to golems. So then all the pressure is off Jace, and all the pressure is off Victor. Like, it doesn't do that good. So so in this situation, it would have been better to have potioned once earlier. So like right now you'd be at full HP, right? Or if this potion was even complete, you'd be close to full HP. You could have completed white, and you could have let blue buff, like, reclimb. Do you know what I mean? Like, restore your mana. And then you can evaluate from a better position. Because when you go bot lane, like right now, Thresh, he either has to have hook and flay, or he has hook and, you know, lantern, or he has flay and lantern. None of that is exactly what you want to have in this instance. You want Thresh to have a full kit. Okay. Right? And, you know, so it would have been better to just,
ganking just for the Xerath, I shouldn't have done that, because it doesn't really give or put Lucian.
You shouldn't be able to kill Xerath. Right.
Thresh landed a hook, and that's the only reason we got it.
Okay, he lands a hook, but Xerath could have flashed the hook, like.
Yeah, he could have.
And so this is Xerath being bad. Like, you didn't get a gank. Like, that would have happened without you. Do you know what I mean? So again, this goes back to the decision making. This had nothing to do with you.
Yeah, it's true.
Now, what you could do, okay, because you still have flash up, and then Thresh is gonna have the extra level up. Now, depending on how Corki and Thresh elect to play the lane, you should keep an tabs on it. Is you can instantaneously just go back down to bottom. You can make your recall a little bit abstract. You could go like Boots Spirit Stone or something, instead of like Spirit Stone Longsword or whatever. And you could just instantly go back down to bot. Now, you took a peek at top, but you know, you look at Singe's HP and his mana, and he's relatively healthy. He's not under a ton of pressure. But if you do try to go there, like let's say that you do Wraiths and you try to go to top lane, you factor that into the timing, okay, and you're probably looking at like 6 minutes, or you're looking at like 5:30, 5:40 or something. That's probably around the time that Jace has expended himself, and that's also past the next super minion wave, or not the super minion, the siege minion wave. So it doesn't make any sense for Jace to be there. Additionally, if he used his ward trinket at 2:42 to like 3 minutes, it's already off cooldown by the time you're coming back up there. So the ward would already like be expected. So you see Udyr over there. Okay, and now you're forced back into your right side jungle. You just recall, so that's fine. You could just go boots. Nope, I wouldn't get a ward. There's no reason. No. This is solo queue. Don't buy wards. This early anyway. It's different if this was like, okay, so double kill. Okay. So that lane's winning. Now, what do you want to do?
Oh.
I'm gonna pause on the CS. Hold on. So Singe is at 20, Jace is at 28. He's not losing that hard. Okay, Jace still has his potion though, so it's looked like he's been under no pressure. Crystalline Flask is probably empty, and Singe probably needs to recall, but you have to decide like what is he recalling on. So this comes down to communication. Oriana's running teleport. God knows why. And then I guess Victor's at 25 CS, Oriana's at 30, but the lane's shoving into Victor, so Victor's CS is going to go up a little bit. So what's one thing that you can do right now? What should be your main priority?
Probably to go top to let Singe recall. I don't think I'd be able to do anything mid since Oriana's not even there right now, and she's pushing on Victor. Bots both just died. I guess I could go, like, either go top or get some offensive wards in the enemy jungle.
Okay.
Other than that, I'm not too sure.
Alright, you can go top, you can let Singe recall, okay, and you can eat some CS, right? You'll probably get, like, level 5 off it. You can then eat golems, and then you can recall, and then where are you going to go off the recall?
Bot?
Yes,
or...
you're just going to go bot. And you're going to give bot 2 more kills. And if you do that, then the game ends. Do you know what I mean? Because you've effectively, like, if Udyr doesn't go bot right now, okay, with how far... Now, normally, you're right, like, if you're thinking this, Udyr should think that that lane is over, right?
Yeah.
And you don't gank a dead lane, okay? But that lane is so far over, because so now this actually is like an exception to the rule where you don't gank a losing lane. That lane is so far down that if something doesn't happen in terms of pressure, not a gank, he just needs to pressure it. If Udyr doesn't show up for pressure, that lane's just going to die. Because what's going to happen is that your bot lane's going to have level 5 to level 3, if they do everything right. And then they're going to have level 6 to level 4.5, or like an early spiked level 5. Okay? So if you just go down there and you get them 2 more kills, you then also gain control over Udyr's red side jungle, you get Dragon, and then all pressure's off all the other lanes. And if you can get the tower early, and then you rotate down to mid, like, so the focus isn't on ganking bottom per se. It has nothing to do with the gank. It's forcing them away. If you get the gank, that's great. You want to get the tower, deny the vision in bot lane, make bot lane even more uncomfortable, and you want to make them start having to farm at golems, okay? You'll counter jungle 1 golem, and that'll put that golem probably about, I don't know, a minute and 30 seconds behind, because you'll leave a small golem, you'll eat the big golem. By the time they realize and kill it, then they have to wait a minute for the respawn. You eat Dragon, you rotate mid as 4, you put a ton of pressure on Victor in mid, Udyr's forced to come mid, and then the support has to come mid, but then the support's roaming for technically like 45 seconds. He's missing out on a shit ton of XP, so you're attacking his XP as well, okay? And their Xerath is going the blue, I don't know its name. The Frost.
Spell Thieves?
Yeah, Spell Thief. There you go. Spell Thief. So because of that, he has a reliance on being in the laning phase. So you're attacking all these other principles that they don't want to be attacked. Okay, you force down mid, you force wards around mid that are actually technically cost inefficient because Dragon's already been taken. So it doesn't make sense for them to have any wards in their red side jungle, but it's forced because of the nature of the game. This takes all the pressure off Singed, and then Singed just has to live. So it allows Singed to build just full tank at this point, because the other lanes are winning so hard. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
I think I just left bot did I leave? Yeah, because they were winning, and I think I started pressuring top.
Okay. But they're winning hard, so it's different from just winning.
Yeah, so if they're winning hard,
if they're winning hard, make them win harder. Right.
Okay.
That's something that also, this applies to other things, is like, just because one of your laners has a hard counter matchup, now, I'm just going to use, Satan as an example. So if, like, a Teemo is up against a Poppy, okay? So this is, like, one of the hardest counters in the game, obviously. You wouldn't not gank for Teemo. I mean, Teemo, yeah, he doesn't have gank assistance, but you wouldn't not gank for him just because the lane is a super hard counter, right? You would gank for him because then it suffocates Poppy in the sense that if a counter gank does appear, they can't 2v2. And then it wastes the enemy jungler's time. You're technically not wasting time because the enemy jungler's wasting time. So you're going 1 for 1. You're breaking even. But that lane is inherently ahead just due to the dynamics of it. So you're ensuring victory of one lane. Just 100% ensuring it just by pressuring the lane. But so many people, like, there's a hard counter matchup like a Singed versus a Teemo or something, right? So, like, Teemo should just win. But then somehow Singed gets 2 kills or something because the enemy jungler came and killed him. Something a lot of people don't understand is that a jungler can make any matchup winnable.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as an unwinnable matchup with a jungler involved. So, like, yeah, even though Singed is supposed to get his, shit shoved in by Teemo, it doesn't matter. If the jungler comes there and Singed gets a 2-level advantage and he has 1,200 gold on Teemo by, 8 minutes into the game, he just has to press buttons. It has nothing to do with skill. It has nothing to do with the dynamics, like...
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. Corky's supposed to be strong right now. I haven't played much, kinda. Yeah, he seems strong. That's great. The chat.
Yeah.
I'm bored for you, mad. She has all. I feel like you could flash EQ, or he puts her ball on you and she ults, and Victor has to flash, so you trade your flash for his. Would be fine. But there's hesitation. This doesn't make any sense. Also, that ward doesn't make any sense. Udyr has no business coming back to mid, especially not with blue coming up relatively soon for him. He's not on that side of the river at all, so that's inefficient ward. Like, you're wasting seconds on it. And then Udyr goes.
Oh.
Bottom, okay. You should have pinged him.
Wouldn't he?
Huh?
Yeah. Oh my god.
What? Did
I can't
Singed
remember
just
what I
kill a
was gonna say.
Jace? Holy shit. Well. NA.
The reason I warded that brush, he didn't start blue, he started red because he ganked top, really early. So I thought he would have gone back around, so I just warded it to be safe.
But Ori doesn't have blue. There's no prize on her.
That's true. And he didn't even have
And then Victor,
so.
Victor's mana was like, it was relatively low. Orianna had ult up. Victor didn't have ult. Like, what is Udyr gonna do? There's nothing.
Yeah. There's no way for him to even get to her.
And this doesn't make any. This is really bad by Orianna. Like, this is really bad blue. I wouldn't even give it to her right now because she's gonna recall as soon as she gets it, probably, right? For itemization and stuff.
That's
It's trash, right? Like it's like, I mean, she's not trash, but the decision is trash. So like.
Yeah.
Did you take it? Oh no, it was just her ball.
It was her
okay.
ball.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, that's something I've been doing better on. Is if they are gonna recall, I just hold it for a little bit.
Yeah. Tab more frequently to read CS. It can tell you a lot about the lanes if you're not going to F key more often. She's dirty farming the enemy wraiths. It's so ballsy.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is a matchup dynamic where like Udyr should be playing this a lot more mobility based, and because of that you should have gone boots like way earlier just to have like oh my god. Okay.
To just help get to where Udyr is going?
Just right. It's like if you're going up against like a Lee Sin that rushes Mobo Boots or something, and you're a Darius, like, this is just another weird example. You're not just gonna go straight into your jungler item. You're gonna be moving like fucking molasses uphill in January. Like, it's not... You're not gonna get anywhere with that. It's like Rebecca Black's singing career, you know? Like, it's not going anywhere. So, like, yeah, that's why you need to get boots.
This was one of the questions I had. So, I saw Udyr was really low, and I thought he was gonna maybe go take white. So if he was, I could have killed him, but I guess counter jungling this still would have been good regardless.
Yeah. No, counter jungling here is fine.
Yeah.
And then you could technically, well, if Orianna was still in mid, you might be able to gank mid from behind, but now you could, I don't get the EQ there, that's a waste of mana. And, you know, like, I don't like that. So... Okay, so you can kill Wraiths and you can instantly go back to mid. One of the most frustrating things in the world is, like, as soon as you get back to lane or something, like, your lane resets and then you instantly get ganked. If you die, it's just the worst fucking feeling in the world, like...
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think here Udyr ganks, and I decide to fight, which was really stupid because I don't think we would have won that 2v2 anyway, even if I did land that. And
jeez.
Yeah, I fucked up.
Okay. No, I don't even know why Orianna's trying to kite! Oh my god. Alright, so we rewatch this.
But even if I did land everything in
no,
Ori...
she just need... No, like, she got out. Like, why go in on this? Like, you know, like...
Yeah.
And do you click on Udyr?
What do you mean?
No, I'm just trying to see his items, but I can't see.
Oh.
Fuck. I want to see his items. That helps me say if your decision's bad or not. I mean, it helps me say if it's worse than it is, and then I can evaluate it better.
Okay.
Please tell me you click on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has Spirit of the Lizard Elder, and you don't.
I don't. Okay.
Like,
yeah. Definitely bad then.
Especially, like, Orianna's, like, on low mana, and Victor has the CDR over her, which is a spell in itself, technically. Like, so in an extended trade, which this has to be, given the HP values of both of you, that CDR is going to come into play, and so is the mana, so it doesn't make any sense to be doing that. She easily could have just totally disengaged, like, neither of you had to do that. Should have just defense pinged. Sin's just being a goddamn hero.
If we were both even, or like all four of us were even, like item-wise, mana, health, they still would have had the advantage, right?
In that 2v2 dynamic, yes.
Okay.
You have to know your 2v2s.
Yeah. I thought about that after.
Some 2v2 dynamics, like, it doesn't even matter if you're behind on items totally, like, it's just, the dynamic favors you, like, there are spells with, each other versus your spells with you and Ori or whatever, like, it's not that, you know. Okay, so, Orianna, like, see, she has 107 CS, and some of that is Wraiths, which means that it's more effective.
It's more effective?
Well, like, the gold values are skewed. Like, it's less CS, but technically the gold value is higher. Do you know what I mean?
Really?
Do you get what I'm saying?
I thought it would have been... Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's all that I mean, like...
Okay.
Alright, so Singed, you don't have Cataclysm, but... Okay. Good. I would take the tower, and because Cataclysm's gonna be up as soon as Jace... Okay. As soon as Jace would have shown himself, I just would have EQ'd Ard.
Yeah.
And then he'll knock you out of it with his whatchamacallit, and then he doesn't have a way to get away from Singed.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, we didn't get tower. Yeah.
Okay. And then you call for a dragon rotation. Bot shoved in, but they're relatively healthy.
I called it, or they called it, but we had just killed Udyr, so I think...
No, yeah, the jungler's down. But it's not like they couldn't contest, like, they could, I think they could put you off at 3v4. Yeah. If, like, Victor and Xerath don't butcher everything.
Yeah. That's true. Hmm. Well, if we had pulled it out, and they would have been forced to kind of walk up, and then we could have just killed them instead. Wouldn't...
With the range on Xerath?
Maybe not Xerath, but Victor.
Well, no, I mean, they just have to damage you enough. They just have to make you afraid.
Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, you got it, so it's okay. You did have the pink over the try, so I mean, you have some added benefit. And the dissolution, so... Okay. One v2 top singed.
He somehow started like dominating that lane.
How did they just get 2v2'd? Was that a 2v2? That was.
Yeah.
How does that happen? Mother of God. Oh, this is easy.
I don't think we kill anybody here.
Cataclysm. What? You couldn't?
I think I was trying to.
Okay.
I took the turret hits to try to get it off, but...
Here's a question that I don't know the answer to. Can you Cataclysm a minion?
No.
Okay. I actually didn't know the answer.
It'd be cool if you could.
Yeah, that would actually open up for some nice plays.
Yeah.
In some ways. Like if you didn't have the range Cataclysm, or even just Cataclysm a minion in mid lane just to create the barrier as a disengage.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Okay. No, don't try to go there. You can't get there. Well, maybe... Yep. Oh! Thresh! Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I'm died anyway.
Okay. Wait a minute. What the hell? I guess your
it was
HP...
really stupid.
Yeah. Your HP is relatively low.
Yeah.
Did you get... No, okay. Okay, and he ignited you?
Yeah.
Okay. So these rotational plays are not working out the way that they should have. So we've already addressed like a lot of early game decision making. Like, so objective, I mean, I don't know if you've heard me say this quote. Objective is king.
Yeah.
CS is queen, kill is rook. And you put priority on kills. You didn't put it on objectives or even CS. So that's one of your big faults here.
Yeah. Okay. So like, the biggest
your CS is 76 at 18 minutes is Jarvan, when you had like an early game advantage. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, it also depends on who your jungler is and the lane dynamics and such, but like, it shouldn't be like this. And you also weren't going into lanes to just blow the flash with your EQ and stuff. You weren't looking for pressure.
Yeah. That is something I really need to work on.
So,
I'll get more J4 games in and
yeah,
focus a lot more on
that. What item are you going next?
that.
I would probably get Hex Drinker.
Yeah.
They have so many ways to pop your Hex Drinker, especially if Udyr's going feral.
Feral pops.
Deals magic
damage.
damage.
Yeah, it's magic. Wait, didn't they change it to physical?
Not that I know of. That would be even worse. I think. Well,
I'm probably just stupid.
no, but I would go Hex Drinker. Yeah, Hex Drinker here. I guess you could also go Merc Treads. Hex Drinker, Merc Treads for your magic resist, and then just build HP because they're running. Well, you can just go HP after that. I was about to say they were running double AP, but I'm like, wait a minute, no, they're not technically.
Jace does a decent amount of AP though, right?
Jace? Well, his W deals AP, I believe. His electrical field. Everything else is AD.
I'm used to a lot of those types doing a lot of AP. And it's only his W.
Okay. Oh! I would just delete him. Don't use your ult. Okay.
I think I use it in a minute.
Okay, that's fine. Why? What is with that? Thresh, jeez. Okay. I would... Okay. Oh god. Your EQ just missed. No,
yeah.
like, your goal isn't, like, you're not, you know, like, you're not an assassin. Like...
Yeah. I was trying to get everybody on the left, but I just kind of got Victor.
Alright, 1 second. You shouldn't even go on to Victor. You should just protect everyone from Udyr. Like, Victor, he's naked without protection. Like, he's a carry that needs to be protected. You know, it's like Kog'Maw as an AD carrier. Like, alright, so let's go into... Alright, so... Okay, so right here, right, you're standing here, okay? There's no... Now, if you want to go on to Victor and you want to keep him out of the fight, you have multiple ways to do that are better than what you did. Now, first off, you hit a fucking field goal and the Patriots need to draft you. So that's number one. So, number two is you could have EQ'd here, okay? You could have knocked Udyr up, you give Corki the ability to get to here, Orianna gets the ability to go to here, and then she has a great ult radius, and if she does anything right, okay, she can put the E on you, and then you can walk a little bit backwards, and then you have, you know, ult on two people, technically.
Yeah.
And then depending on how Lucian wants to play it, you know, whatever. Thresh should technically still have his box, but he doesn't. But if you EQ through Udyr, you protect the carries. Your goal is to protect the carries and create altered terrain for your teammates. Like, your goal is not to assassinate people. Yes, Jarvan can end up dealing damage, but, like, yeah. So you can EQ here, and then you can Cataclysm onto him. I wouldn't Cataclysm onto Lucian, because then he can just E out, especially if this is the patch where he has E on, like, a 2-second cooldown. But that should be your, you know, your goal. And then if they end up turning on you, like Jace turns on you, Lucian, Victor, they all turn on you, and your HP just goes close to 0, you can just let down your Cataclysm and go up. And then basically it's like they have to make a decision where if they chase you, then they give up on everything else. Udyr gets melted, you guys got Dragon anyway, and then, yeah, so it's all good. And where, in Singed, if they do chase you, they'll run into Singed in a way, so, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go.
So peel before I do that.
Yeah. You would have saved Orianna. Would have saved Corki. Like, Udyr would have been dead. So the two people that killed your carries, like, it would never, you know. And the whole team fight got butchered because you tried to be a carry, but that's not what Jarvan does. Like, your entire team is reliant on Corki and Orianna. Like, you don't have anything outside of that. Like, Singed, yes, he'll clean up, but that's, you know. And that was a 4v4 straight up, and you guys got massacred. And then, like, they even almost turned it on Singed, so, yeah. Ronduin's doesn't make any sense to me. because the Hex Drinker gives you magic resist, and all of their magic is periodic damage, so it gives you heightened magic resist. It also gives you EHP against 3 of their champions. EHP in the sense that it gives you 250 HP, so you're basically also getting 2 ruby crystals out of it, almost. So there's added benefit. Like, it's not just the magic resist and the damage.
Yeah. I think the main reason I got Randuin's was for the slow when I went into fights. But, yeah, Hex Drinker was definitely better.
Let me skip. Okay. Jeez, this Thresh lands so many hooks.
Yeah, he was doing really good with them.
Yeah, he's not doing too bad. So, now, what's the rotation? You guys just killed 2 of them, and the rest of the players have to be forced back.
Death timers. You can
should check
definitely
death
get
timer.
that turret.
You can definitely get that turret, and then what?
Either the next turret or Baron.
No, what the
Or
fuck? Baron? Are you
wait.
subbing for Dignitas? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Holy shit!
we're too low. We can't really get bot, so just inhib and back.
No, you can't even get inhib.
What are death timers at like 20 minutes? I don't know. We can. I know we can get this first turret, like definitely.
Okay, you get the first turret.
Second turret.
Cannot get the second turret, no.
Okay.
By the time you guys rotate and get to that first turret and get it down with the minion wave that you have, your second minion wave hasn't even arrived. Okay? You're gonna probably lose all of them except for 1 minion. It's gonna have 1 HP. It's gonna have 1 hit left. By the time you reach that tier 3 turret, they're all gonna be waiting for you. They're gonna nuke that wave that's coming. Then you have no minions. And then they have minions at white on your bottom lane, and then they have minions at your top tower, because that you elected to go for the tier 3. So all that you need to do is you need to take this tower, okay? You need to ward that dead area. Their wraiths are gone, their red's gone, okay? You send someone bot, preferably Corky, okay? He pushes the wave out into golems. Someone recalls, rotates top, pushes top all the way in, eats golems, eats wraiths, eats wolves, eats white, and then you just regroup up and you do stalemate dances and stuff. I wouldn't even entertain Baron. You can do Baron dances, but you can't actually go for Baron. Not with how this fucking team comp is. Like, you have no damage.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Oh my god, I was almost right. I said you were gonna have 1 minion left with 1 hit. Fuck. I blame your team for not rotating fast enough.
I'm really curious at what they were doing with bot. Now that I look at it, but I would never actually look at them when I was playing.
Let me fast forward again.
I think. No, it's not this next fight. I do not remember a lot about this game.
That's okay. Oh my god, you're going in again. Jeez. No, this isn't what you do as Jarvan. Like, that's not your role.
Yeah. It's peel.
Yeah. It's peel, it's terrain altering. Okay? It's like stealing their resources. You need to envision yourself as the embodiment of the US government.
So, pretty much giving your team the advantage will... Oh, I don't know how to word it.
Okay. You need to, like, you guys need to just, like, Singe's or Orio's running teleport. That's the weirdest fucking thing ever. You need to, like, do a 4-0-1 here, or like a 1-0-4, especially because Dragon.
Would split have been better than just grouping?
Yes, absolutely.
Or
there's no reason to group right here. You guys should maximize your efficiency as a team that benefits more from a 4v4 than they do.
okay.
Like, yeah, you got wrecked in a 4v4 a little while ago, but that was partially due to your decision making and letting the two carries just get melted. Like,
yeah.
Can we get Ori poke and just push mid? That is the lowest EQ I've ever seen. Like, this game, like, especially with a team comp that is slow and steady. Like, your entire team comp is slow, steady, and chess. Like, doesn't make any sense. You want to do Ori poke against Xerath, Victor, like, or Jace. Like, okay, you guys get 2 kills.
And I fucked my ult up.
It's okay. And then as soon as you get those 2 kills, okay, like, Udyr's top lane. You guys could have just done Baron here. This would have been a fine Baron.
Okay.
Your HP values were high enough. You factor in Thresh's Lantern. Orianna still has ult to zone people out. Like...
I think here we get turret and then Baron, or do we just go for Baron?
Just go for Baron, that's fine. You don't need Singe for it.
Oh,
well,
wait,
if
no.
Ori decides that she single-handedly would like to feed all of Africa, I mean, maybe that won't be the case, but... Alright, good.
I think we still might get Baron after this, I'm not too sure.
Why did she ult? Oh my god. No, you can't get Baron off that. Look at the HP values and the amount of values and the fact that Orianna decided that it's a good thing to ult a champion that's guaranteed to die. US police force right there. Jesus. Like...
Should we have just done it now, or?
Yeah, I mean, you don't even have. You didn't even trinket, like.
We did it a little earlier, before the pit.
No, I know.
Yeah,
like,
I did.
Yeah. Oh. There's no reason not to. I mean, by the time you guys would complete it and whatever, it would almost be up again. Okay, this can't get stolen. There's no fucking way. Oh my god. Wow, you gave chance for it to get stolen, actually. He could have stole it, but it's okay. And see, like, you're not protecting Quirky again. Ah. Like, you have to stop diving. That's not what he does as a jungler.
Yeah. Every time I think about it, I think more, like, if I jump on these 2 people, they won't jump on my team, but...
No.
It just gives other people the chance to.
Okay. The game should pretty much be over here. So after you get inhibitor, you just rotate to side lanes.
Yeah, and then...
Singe already is on his way. Thresh should just be going top. There's nothing he can do. Sorry.
I think we end up just taking every lane.
Let me just fast forward. Okay. So again, like this is an example of really bad decisions. Like I can't see if bottom tier 2's up.
Yeah, it is.
Like, okay, so Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, don't keep pushing mid. This is such low EQ. Rotate. Like, just get 2 inhibitors down. 2 inhibitors is almost game-breaking. Like, it's so hard to come back from. Okay? So that should be your goal. Your goal shouldn't actually be the Nexus inside of a game. It actually just shouldn't.
Yeah.
Your goal should be 2 inhibitors. If you get 2 inhibitors, the game ends. Like, 3 is just honestly GG. I mean, it is actually game if you get 3. So you're trying to rush things. You have to be way more patient.
Yeah.
Next time we do a session or something, we'll do a live coaching session.
Okay.
So I can affect your in-game decisions, and we can evaluate using that VOD from the game that you play.
Okay.
So you guys are rotating.
I have no idea why I was looking at Cleaver.
Cleaver doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You just asked Singe if he has teleport. Are we in the same game? You just asked him how many times have you tabbed?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Damn. I'm really used to Singe taking teleport, so I wasn't really thinking when I asked.
Oh man. Look, and now you see the issue here is that, yeah, you guys are up in some gold, but now what has been accomplished? Mid inhib is down, Baron's not up. You guys don't have Baron, but there's no advantage. You guys didn't press an advantage. Objectives win games. CS wins games, not kills. SK Telecom T1S just won a fucking game with less kills. Like, so many people, they just want to fight because they're, like, children emotionally. And it's, like, really bad. You have to be, like, slow and methodical, and you'll win more games, and you'll climb elo. Like, you're in Diamond now, so, like, you don't win games by just face rolling your opponent mechanically. This isn't platinum, gold, silver, bronze. Like, you win games by having stronger emotions and, like, better decision making.
Like, I think it was either the first or second lesson we did. It was pretty much thinking like 5 minutes into the past with what you're gonna do, and even then it was all pretty much objective oriented. It's really hard to get into.
Just delete Victor and the game ends. Delete Victor and the game ends. Delete. Why didn't you just Cataclysm? This is the one time you should have been like a carry. Oh my god. All right, there you go. That was great. I'm kidding. You didn't even run to it.
Yeah.
That's alright. Whatever. Alright. If there's ever an instance that appears, like, I would say post 30 minutes, where a champion's just caught out, expend everything to kill him. Just absolutely everything. Just dumpster it into him.
And yeah, we end here. And so the 30 minutes thing, is that just pretty much 100% of the time?
Yeah.
Like if they're caught out, just go ham?
Yes.
Okay.
You just expend everything. All your summoners, it doesn't matter, just get the kill. Hi, Sasha. Hi. So, why? Alright, Sasha just stole my poker chips. Okay. Alright, man. Any other questions?
So, no, I was asking them as I thought of things in the game.
Okay.
So, focus more on objectives and peeling for my teammates.
It's pretty much it, to
Well,
be completely honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then also you have to learn what the goal is of your jungler. You can't just play the jungler the same way.
Yeah.
So.
I kind of think that's one problem I have because I've played Elise so often. I just kind of try to do the same thing. I don't know.
Okay. So, are we all good?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, I will talk to you later then. Okay?
Okay. Yep.
Alright, man. Talk to you soon.